So is there anything that you feel like sharing about that? If not,
Yeah. It's definitely more than just I work too much.
Yeah.
I think that people who do activism and social justice work.
You work too much? What the fuck are you doing? Here we go. Let's hear her excuse.
Understand this and people who work in nonprofits generally, I think, have this extra layer of, but the work we're doing is so important and helps people. And so we need to sacrifice our well-being in order to keep the movement, keep the trajectory going, to not turn down any opportunities for engagement, audience, because you feel so strongly about what you're working on. And so this is not even remotely unique to me by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's something that we deal with in this space a lot. And so, when the harassment hit, I had a choice about whether I was going to engage with it or not engage with it. But like, let's be honest, it didn't feel like a choice.
Right.
It felt like
harassment hit. You mean it's that meme that was literally made for her. She was shoveling her shit opinions onto the internet, and the internet pushed back, and that's harassment. No, that's not harassment. It's not. They talked about accountability earlier, and like teaching people about their accountability. They can dish it, but they can't take it, is what I'm learning.
I need to do this. I understand the space. I'm good at talking, and I know how to talk about these issues in ways that I think a lot of other folks are just don't understand because of my background, my educational background, and my activist background, and like it hit the games industry in a way that folks in this space are not like trained in this kind of stuff, right? And so I was like, well, I don't have a choice. I have to deal with it. Like I have to engage with this, right? And it became so important to do. And and I don't think it's not important, but I think there's a little bit of like we get real in our heads about our own martyrdom a little bit, and the cost of that and what that means and what that looks like. And the reality is, I had people coming to me like every time I stepped out the door, being like, I'm dealing with this harassment, or like it's so brave of you to speak up, or like your presence is so important, and like what am I supposed to do? Just like leave?
Who are these people? Give me one fucking example. There's none. My brain is already over this. How long? I'm 17 minutes in. It's an hour. Okay, we're going to try 2-speed because I can't do this. I don't care if they sound like chipmunks. I can't.
Even, like it's really hard to it's not that it was hard to hold that. It was hard to recognize how the weight of that because you're just in it all the time. So, the other thing is that people are not their jobs, and they are not the symbol in which you ascribe to them, and there are other things happening in their life. So I had a bunch of stuff happening in my personal life while this stuff was happening, like while the other, like the harassment and abuse was happening. And I never talked about that publicly because why would I open myself up to more abuse?
Okay. So the woman was dealing with shit in real life. So like everyone else, and she was dealing with people pushing back on the shit that she does. Oh my gosh. It's like normal life.
And I think we sometimes forget that people are humans when they take on the symbolic role.
Wait, symbolic role? She thinks she's a symbolic role? Did you hear that? Oh my God. Anita Sarkeesian is a symbol of hope in her own eyes. Hun, you are literally doing everything you're accusing the people that you're fighting of doing. You're dehumanizing other people. You're not taking into consideration that they might have personal shit going on in their lives, that they're stressed out about work on top of dealing with your bullshit. But no, it's all about, in her eyes, it's me. Nothing matters about anyone else. Talk about entitlement, talk about narcissistic behavior, and like the lack of empathy. It's outstanding. But that's literally what she is. God, when I hear women like this, and when you see this shit, I'm just like, what would solve a lot of this woman's problems if she just got laid. Because if she got laid, she would be happy and she wouldn't be worried about this shit. All she needs is like a guy to pay attention to her and to bang her like 3 times a week. And she would stop bothering everyone on the internet. Like that's all this type of woman needs to be happy. Some women need to just not have any some women just should not have responsibility, right? Like her biggest responsibility should be making sure that the cars have gas in them, that the floor is swept, and just be the princess that kind of does whatever she wants, and she just needs a guy that will tell her that she's pretty, bring her flowers, sleep with her, and give her his credit card, and then all she needs to do is like go shopping. And that's what women like this need. You can call me whatever name you want for saying that, but that's what prevents bitches like this on the internet. She needs to, and you could disagree with me on this, I think if she had like a kid to focus on, she wouldn't be doing this shit. You know, she wouldn't be projecting her own inadequacies on the fact that she's not where she wants to be in life on other people. She wouldn't be projecting her frustrations on other people. There wouldn't be this insane double standard if all she had to do was stay at home, take care of kids, and, you know, hope that her husband doesn't get mad at their credit card bill every month, which he wouldn't if she was fucking him. Then this problem would go away. And people can get as mad as me as they want, but we didn't have these problems, you know, a few decades ago. The amount of energy that she's focusing on this task that she has deemed this is her life goal is to destroy this. Like, she needs to be the hero. That what I'm getting from everything that she said is that she wants to be important. She's burned out from being important, a saint-like figure that's doing all this stuff. So that's what's telling me, is that she needs to be the hero in somebody's story or in somebody's eyes. And because she's a woman, that means it's a child. She is a woman that should have had children. She should have gotten married and had kids in her 20s. And that way she could be the trad wife, soccer mom, that's the hero in her kids' stories. She wouldn't be pitching about people in the internet. And, you know, everyone here has been a kid and has had to deal with body issues, or, you know, kids are mean to one another, so bullies. And she could be that mom that sits there with a kid and, you know, takes them to soccer practice, picks them up from school. If they're having problems at school, she'll be the one that's there to do the pick me up and talk them through that. And I think, from my own experience of dealing with women on the internet and in real life, is that's literally what's missing from their life, is that, because women have that instinct to take care of other people, of children. We have that built into us because that's literally what our bodies are designed to fucking do. And when you don't have that, you know, you're not doing the thing that you were literally made to do. So it's like you're not functioning right. If you guys ever watch Star Trek Voyager, that's the whole thing with the Doctor, is that he's a hologram that wasn't meant to be left on this long. And so he's evolving. And, you know, it's like, well, what do you do when there's no patients in sick bay? You have to go do these things. And so he's going outside of his normal programming. That's literally what women like Anita are doing. They are outside of their programming, right? So she doesn't have kids to take care of. She doesn't have a husband to cook and clean for, like a house to maintain. And which these, like, people that diss like stay-at-home moms, they have no idea how much work it is. Now, women like Anita, I think this is the danger of being told, like, yes, you can do everything, right? You can do everything and you don't need no man, right? Women like Anita, that's literally what they're missing in their life, is that they want that. It's ingrained in us to want that. It's the same thing with men. Men, it's ingrained in them to be a provider and to be a protector. Like, I think that's the whole thing about us being opposites, or us being able to complete each other. That's why you're a pair and that's why you're a team. But women like this don't understand that. So now if somebody like Anita, who has been, you know, rampaging the internet, going da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, if she was at home running a household, which is, that's not just cooking, that's not just cleaning, that's paying bills, that's gardening, that's making sure everything is neat and in order, which is a lot of things like what women like to do, and having that nurturing and, you know, that almost idealistic superhero role of being that for your children when they're, you know, still young and they look up to you and before they become teenagers. So I honestly think if Anita found a guy in her 20s, got married, had kids, she'd be a much happier person. That's just my own opinion. But yeah. I don't know if my little rant there made any sense, but I hope it did. But yeah, I hope that my little rant made sense. Okay, let's get back to this hell. See how I distracted us?
And I think we as people that hold those positions also forget that we're human and have needs. You know, like I think it's not just that it's put on us, it's that we also project that out in the way that we engage. So that was a really long way of saying, like, it took me a long time to realize that this was a problem. You know, it took me a long time to realize that, like, I can't keep going to this level. And there, you know, when I did start being like, I don't really want to talk about harassment anymore. Like, I don't feel like doling out my abuse and my trauma to audiences every month constantly and in interviews and stuff like that. And so my solution to that was, I'm still going to do talks, but I'm not going to talk about my harassment. I'm just going to play a video clip of having talked about it before. And it was very meta and weird, but I was like, it made a big difference for me in terms of like not having to verbalize it every single time. And then that wasn't enough.
Wait, so she's going and doing these talks and she's too tired about talking about her trauma and her harassment. So she plays the video. So she's literally tired of doing the thing that she does for a living. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, this woman needs to find a man. She needs to get married and she needs to have a kid. A kid that she can nurture and be the superhero role for. Because that's what she needs. That's what she desires. Guys, once again, thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my content. If you guys would like to support me further, go and check out my latest cosplay calendar that's live now on Indiegogo. It's only live for 3 more days, so go get it while you can. This is that Star Wars Girl cosplay calendar bikini edition. Now, I have dropped some more cosplays recently, like my Vampirella cosplay. Of course, we got classic Barbie, not Margot Robbie's Barbie. Got Sailor Mercury, that's my girl. Lilu from Fifth Element. And then, of course, a classic Marilyn Monroe, and more cosplays are getting posted every week. So, guys, go and check it out. The link is down below in the description. There's a lot of cool stuff on here that I don't have time to talk about right here in this little end of video ad. But go and check it out. The link is in the description. I would sincerely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And, guys, thank you. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you guys would like to support me further, I actually have this link tree here that has links with every way that you can possibly do that. So I have the support the show, which is a direct link to my PayPal. This is my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, my live channel where I back up all of my live streams. So if you ever miss a live stream either here on YouTube or on Twitch, you can catch it there on my live channel. I also have an art channel where I do painting stuff. I have a locals, I have an Etsy, I have a Facebook, I have an art Instagram, and I have a merch page. All of this can be found at my link tree. All the ways to support me, my channel, and my content is all in this link tree. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great rest of your day.